We've got baseball on the show. It's the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton. I'm John Shambi. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first two, and regardless of how important the series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So, almost ready to get underway. Today's starting pitcher, Glenn Otto. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike. Here comes the 0-1. And that one fouled off. And he deals. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Hard on the ground to first. Machado takes it to the bag. 1 up, 1 down. And time now for the Marlins lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Well, he's been putting up some huge power numbers, and opposing pitchers know that they can't make mistakes to him. In fact, they probably circle him pregame, making sure that if they're in a situation where their back is against the wall, they're going to find a way to pitch around him. Players that are in the top 5 in slugging percentage in the league really don't get overlooked.
And it's fouled away. Next offering is in for a strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive to short and caught.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
2 outs, base is empty. Luis Arias, the next up for the Marlins. That's a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Jake Berger, the next up for the Marlins, went deep in the ball game last night. That one is absolutely belted. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
He beat it. Straight.
Picks himself up an RBI. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
So, man aboard. John Birdie will hit next. One of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Marlins get a run on the RBI double. And the home team down a run. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in San Diego, and today's starter, Jesus Luzardo. What do we have on him?
Well, he's allowing just over 1 base runner per inning, which is really good, especially for a starter, because these hitters get to see you 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a start. So it just shows you how deceptive and how effective his stuff is. We'll see if it's that way in this one.
Xander Bogaerts leading things off and takes a strike. Up the middle, Gordon on the run, sends it over to first. Bogaerts retired. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, already trailing by a run in this one, they'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
Ha-Sung Kim now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. And a foul ball. The pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. Sanchez gets under it. And there's 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Manny Machado at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Home team down a run here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. And we're back. And here's the first baseman, Josh Bell.
Number 9.
Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Otto back to work. And that one wrapped foul. The pitch. And it goes just foul. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Jesus Sanchez getting ready to hit. Liner caught at second.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Christian Bethancourt now at the plate. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. They get it in quickly, so first and second now, 1 out.
Batting up, the right fielder.
Here's the rookie right fielder, Troy Johnston. 2 for 7 in the series so far. And foul ball. Here's your 1. Lined, and that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. but it's offline. It's 2-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. That one ripped. And it's gone. Home run. He hammers one out to right. His 17th of the year. It's 5-zip. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like VP all over again.
Now it's the shortstop, Nick Gordon. He's 0 for 1. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Arias.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, Luis Arias. Singled and scored his first time. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But the Marlins get 3 on the homer. And the lead is now 5-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here at Petco Park, bottom of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. The wind of the pitch. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Gosiggy, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Yeah, and beyond that, all the other men in those clubhouses that sort of take you under their wing as a son or a nephew and show you some of the tricks of the trade. It's just invaluable, that type of experience.
Struck him out looking.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Here comes a pitch. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings and misses. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Here's the switch hitting left fielder Jurickson Profar. That's in there. Two down, nobody on. And that drops in for a strike.
0-2 is the count.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Oh, 0-2 now. And
One
delivers
ball,
outside.
2 strikes.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Sanchez racing over to make the catch. New inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Jake Berger.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
And here it comes. That's a laser base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
Man at first. Now at the plate, John Birdie. 0 for 1 so far. Bounce to the left side. Dive, and he's got it. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. That was an impressive diving stop. Singy, let's dive into the numbers. Statcast assemble.
Yeah, Boog, a really good effort just to get his glove to the ball. He found a way to do it and just produce a strong throw as well. So that right there is a great play all the way around. Just really smooth.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Glenn Otto gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Pitching change here, Steven Colin. He last pitched 2 days ago. Josh Bell at the plate now. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Ripped into right field, base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Jesus Sanchez.
So they're at the corners now. Here's the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez. He's 0 for 1. That's hard hit on the line. Holds it in on the run. Runner tags for third. The throw's offline. He's saved. It's 6-0.
The catcher,
Christian Bethancourt, the next up for the Marlins. And he's already singled in this game. And a rope into center field, base hit. And he boots it. And that extends the inning. So 2 on with 2 away. And now the right fielder, Troy Johnston. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Base hit and a run comes in.
Well done. Drives in the run. Shortened up the swing and went right back up the middle.
And now for the Marlins, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's already homered in this game. And that's just foul. And the 0-1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that gets down into the gap. 1 run is in. The relay to third. He's in there.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Runner at third, 2 gone. Nick Gordon, the next up for the Marlins. Liner, and that should be extra bases. The run scores from third, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Johnny Brito.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Luis Ariz stands in. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the 3rd out. But 9 batters hit in the inning. 5 come around to score. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Marlins 10 and the Padres nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Matthew Batten. And a pitch. Batten in his second season, hitting 7th in today's lineup. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over .350 in his last 10. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and deals. Tapped out in front of the plate. To first.
No,
one
out.
Gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Batting it, the third baseman, Tyler.
Now batting Tyler Wade. That one finds the zone. Going 1. The Marlins up big in this one here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Right down the chute. No balls, 2 strikes.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Settles under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Batting 9, the center fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Tim Locastro.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Ground ball left side, and that squirts through. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Let's go. I'm from that city you heard about. When you hit up, then the word's out. Your time is up, it's your 3rd out. Plus we got hitters on deck, but you word now. We gon' pull up, hood up, what now?
Back here in San Diego, here's a big power threat. Jake Berger. The pitch. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. A gigantic blast. And they add a run. It's 11-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
John Birdie at the plate. That's a hit.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So man aboard, Josh Bell, the next up for the Marlins. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Marlins really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the third, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. So if they're looking to feast, are you saying they've already got a plate but are looking to go back for seconds?
Yeah, I'd say something like that.
The 0-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
So up next, Jesus Sanchez. Line drive, base hit. Around third. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in.
Comes through with the RBI. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
And here's the catcher, Christian Bethancourt. Line drive. Makes the catch. Runner tags at second. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
The other way. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags for home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 13-0. And now the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's already homered here in this one. Well struck right field. Gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 15-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
So a lefty out of the pen, number 1.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Base is empty with 2 away. And at the plate for Miami, Nick Gordon, 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. Top half of inning number 4. And that one ripped into right. And that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
Runner at first with 2 away. Luis Arias, the next up for the Marlins. On a line, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second, and that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Here's the third baseman, Jake Berger.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And first offering is fouled off. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Swings through that one for strike two.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
To third. That's a base hit as a run scores. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
So first and second with 2 outs. And stepping in is the speedy John Birdie. Swing and a ground ball out to short. To second, there's Bogarts. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. This is Marlins baseball on The Show, Florida. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Xander Bogaerts. Luzardo back to work. On the ground. Gordon. Tosses to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop.
Now the number 2 hitter, Ha-Sung Kim. Fly to left his first time. Hit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
That one misses, and the count even 1-1.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Up the middle. Arise onto first. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync, and the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
Here's Machado. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Bell makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing there for the Friars. Still 16-0. And we're back. And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. And a pitch. Line drive. Adam in center field.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Clobbered to right field. Way back. Gone. That one felt good. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they add a run. It's 17-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Christian Bethancourt, the next up for the Marlins. Hard hit to third. Over to Machado. Gets the catcher by a step.
Fastball grooved right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
2 outs, base is empty. Troy Johnston digs in now. And there's a foul ball. Two outs. Fouled off to the right.
That ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
And that one is lifted in the air. Makes the grab, and that'll do it. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. Last half of the fifth coming up. You're watching Miami Marlins baseball on the show, Florida. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. The pitch. Fernando Tatis Jr. signed by the White Sox 2015 for $700,000. And then eventually moved in the James Shields trade in June of 2016.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Bethancourt makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, the catcher,
Kyle Higashioka, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as the stuff is, you might as well take all three swings.
Goes down looking.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Now batting Jurickson Profar. Profar gets a piece there. Two down, nobody on. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Bell snags it on the run. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. The Marlins lead it 17-0.
Leading off for the Marlins.
And up next for Miami, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
And a pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
The batter, number 1, shortstop,
Nick Gordon, the next up for the Marlins. That's ripped to right down the line. Lays out and makes the play.
Just a great job of concentration there as he leaves the ground to go airborne to make a diving catch. That's a tough play, but he got the job done.
Man at first, Luis Arias, the next up for the Marlins. Line drive, caught.
Great diving catch on the line drive, and the ground does not cause a fumble. Great athleticism on that play right there.
And now Jake Berger, 4 for 4 with a homer, a double, and a pair of singles. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Berger measures 6 feet 2 inches, 27 years old, and his last 10 games stand out. He's homered in 4 of them. Chisholm off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Well, he homered earlier in the game, but showing no fear on the mound so far in this at bat. He's just attacking the strike zone.
That's to third. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. The relay throw. Not going to get him. He's in there.
All over that one right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
And now here is John Birdie. Ripped on a line and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Marlins strand a pair. Not something they've done much of as they lead it 17-0. Well, we go bottom 6. Now Matthew Batten.
The designated hitter, Matthew.
And the pitch. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
You know, these Padres just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Kicks and fires. Out to short. Gordon slings it across. One away, bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, the third baseman, Tyler Wade.
Tyler Wade, the next up for the Padres. Lied out his first time. And that one fouled off.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Oh, that's off the plate.
And that's off the inside edge. 1-1. I got to call NLDS Game 4 here in 2022 at Petco Park, where the Padres knocked out their rivals, the LA Dodgers. The place was just nuts the entire game. Terrific fan support. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a pop-up. Gordon under it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, center fielder, Tim.
Now batting Tim LoCastro. And a foul ball. The Padres with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. On the ground to third. Fires across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Padres go down quietly. They're in a wee bit of a hole, down 17-0. Back here in San Diego, all set for the start of the inning. And now the first baseman, Josh Bell. The pitch. Hot shot to third. And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
And now for the Marlins, Jesus Sanchez. Liner snagged it first.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
2 outs, base is empty. Christian Bethancourt will hit next. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. Pulls in with a double. 3rd hit for him today.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Troy Johnston now at the plate. Bounced up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. Runner from second scores as they add on, and they extend their lead.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield.
The left-hander on now, Tom Cosgrove.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Looking to complete the cycle with a double. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a two-out double, second and third now. One of the rarest feats in baseball and history made here today. Huge congrats to him.
And we maybe only see this once or twice a year in the majors. It takes a hot bat, a little bit of luck, and of course a lot of talent. Special to be a part of it, even as broadcasters up here in the booth.
Nick Gordon, the next up for the Marlins.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
And a foul ball. The pitch. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. One run in the inning, but they leave two. Seventh inning stretch time. Marlins on top, 18-0. Back here at Petco Park, here's Xander Bogaerts.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Dives, but it's off his glove. Base hit. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for two. So digging in, Ha-Sung Kim. Swing and a miss.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
And now the lefty. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Some high cheese for strike three. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today. Economical with the pitch count.
Now Machado up here.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low. Throwing the ball very well right now.
That's in for a strike.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
There's a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Headed down the line. And that's a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the seventh. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Two outs. Breaking ball inside. Now 1-2.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Caught him looking for the K. We go to the 8th, and at the plate for Miami, Luis Arias. As the lefty gets to work. Liner, base hit.
Now batting, third baseman, Jake.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jake Berger. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 20-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Now here's the Marlins DH, John Birdie. Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Josh Bell. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. That's a double, and he's got a 4-hit day. It's not often someone hits a baseball this hard. It's worthy of the StatCast treatment, Singy.
Well, I was anxious to see what that exit velo would be, and wow, 116 miles per hour. StatCast absolutely lives for these moments. You know, it's so cool to get that kind of data back almost instantly.
Now here is Jesus Sanchez. Tatis makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Christian Bethancourt.
Christian Bethancourt, the next up for the Marlins, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. 2-run shot for Miami this inning. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Major League Baseball is on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 8th, Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. The wind of the pitch. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And here is Kyle Higashioka. Right through there for a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
The 0-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Strike 3, got him with the backdoor breaking ball.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Man at first, digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Jurickson Profar. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
0-1's the count.
Man at first, 1 away. And that one lifted in the air center field. 2 away.
Now batting the designated hitter, Matthew Batten.
Matthew Batten, the next up for the Padres. Swings through that one for strike 1.
If he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way.
So he takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And we're back. We go to the 9th. And now for the Marlins, Troy Johnston. The pitch. That's smashed towards center. Locastro puts it away. 1 away.
Now batting the center fielder, Jazz.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Rips that one to right. Tatis makes the catch for the out. 2 away down.
The batter, number 1, shortstop.
And up next for Miami, Nick Gordon. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Bottom of the 9th coming up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break.
I'm just a simple man. Oh, yeah.
We head to the bottom of the 9th. Now the third baseman, Tyler Wade.
Third baseman, Tyler Wade.
Luzardo back to work. Swings through that one.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
Up the middle. No throw. He's safe at first.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Well,
next offering is in for a strike. Late with the swing there.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
To third, might be 2. Goes to second for 1. They get the double play, and just 1 out to go now.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
Popped up. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins take this one in a blowout.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.